Have you learned the words yet to that song?
No.
I keep finding little tidbits of it. I was like, oh, that's pretty funny.
I think it's one of those things better left unsaid.
It's said every first part of the show.
Better left unknown. Forgive me if this looks awkward, but I'm trying to face my monitor towards you people so that you can see my Tay Tay tonight.
I want to see your Tay Tay.
She didn't she didn't seem to be coming in too well on the camera, but she's already laughing at us, Trey.
Yeah.
She's already laughing, and I don't blame her.
She does think we're pretty silly.
Because we have a good show tonight. It's going to be silly, and it's going to be serious, which is what we do. Speaking of...
I think I'm going to play with the Stay in the Gray pen, too.
Yeah. Everybody should play with the Stay in the Gray pens. By the way, if you want any, we still like 400 of them. Usually you give the headline, right?
Usually.
So I'm going to go ahead and do it tonight. Are you okay with that?
I appreciate that.
Okay.
It's been a rough week.
You appreciate that. Okay. Yeah. This is the weirdest. It doesn't even surprise me anymore.
Is it Trey weird or just weird?
No, it's just... No, it's not sexual. Enough for Trey. It's weird because it's like... It's post-apocalyptic. It's like if the world was ending kind of shit, and it's already like starting. So that being said, the headline tonight is there was a man in
Florida,
California.
Oh.
Wasco, California.
Wasco?
And this man came across I believe it was Amtrak. Check your facts. I don't give a shit. There's a train that had crashed.
Okay.
This man took a human leg.
Oh, I think I heard about this.
And started eating it like a chicken,
this,
like
yes.
a chicken leg. And he just was over there eating it by the wall.
I saw videos of this. The cops.
You saw it,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Of course, they blurred out the leg.
Yeah, I know. But what got me was that the head chief was like, we were repulsed by this.
You think? Just put it.
Why do we have
lightly.
Press conferences? It's
right.
like, okay. But so you did hear about that?
Yeah.
Isn't that?
Yeah, I've seen the video where the cops pulled up and you see him just crouched over eating something.
A human leg.
But yeah, it was blurred out, so I didn't know if it was. I thought it was false news.
I try and get at least a source. No, I try and get at least a couple of sources, and this is legit. I mean, this guy was just sitting over there chilling. He was a homeless man,
yeah,
so he was hungry, I guess. But
that's pretty damn hungry.
But can you imagine, like if like family or this guy died on a train crash? Which first off, I didn't even know there was a train crarash.
First off, why is it not roped off or taped off?
Yeah. But anyway,
you can just get into human parts.
This was just a headline. We're not getting into the story.
No story.
The headline is that people are fucking.
That's crazy. Yeah.
And this guy was eating a human leg. He's like, "Oh, there's a train crash. I'm hungry. Let me go ahead and grab a."
What kind of condiments would you use for a human leg?
I don't know.
A little ranch.
I'm a ranch guy. Some people say blue cheese, and they can fuck off.
I might go barbecue sauce.
Oh, that's interesting. A lot of people with wings will debate the blue cheese ranch. What are you?
Ranch.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
We can keep doing the show. Moving on to our favorite. This is our favorite segment, and I hope it's becoming yours because...
Mine?
Yes, yours and everybody listening. It's the butthurt comment to the show. And right now I've had a week, last couple weeks, if you can't tell, where I'm just like, shut up to people. I'm just like, you're an idiot. And so when I get these, it's even worse. Because I'm just like typing away.
Going crazy.
I've got so many things I need to be doing in life. Nope. I'm gonna reply to you idiots. And this one happened it said 3 days ago, but I didn't see it until today. So this one was about, Butthurt comment was in response to when we talked about that anti-white movie that was made.
Oh, okay, yep.
Pro-black. And how was it actually satire, or was it, what we had read was that it was actually, there were some phrases in there saying that white people were the most dangerous creatures in the world.
Right.
That does, satirical, I don't know. That's pretty intense. And I admitted in the damn clip, or maybe, if I didn't, go listen to the whole show. That's the point of a clip, people.
I'll try to do that.
That I hadn't seen it. I think both of us said we haven't seen it.
Oh, yeah, we haven't seen the movie, no.
So this guy goes, it's satire, bro. The film is satire. It's a joke, retard.
Ouch.
He called me a retard. I didn't know you were allowed to do that anymore.
Yeah, I'm only allowed to call you a retard.
Well, you're my wife, but or a retard, like
a retard, yeah.
Whatever. But this guy called me that, and I'm sitting here going, first off, whoa, take it easy.
Yeah.
Second off, you're upset because, but you're going to call me that. It seemed odd. And then he continued. He said, "I'm white, and the movie was funny. I understand satire, though. I don't know. Maybe you should take an English course."
Damn.
Why is that funny, Trey?
Because you've taken many of English courses.
Because I have a master's in English and writing. You fuck. You stupid asshole.
You don't have to call me a fuck.
Not you.
Oh.
This guy. And of course he hides behind the big letter S in his profile picture. And why do I waste my time with these people?
Right. Did you have fun with him, or did you
No, I just responded. It's like, I have a master's, fuckhead. Like, it was just like that. And
you're supposed to have fun with him.
And I said, from what I've read, it's anti-white, which is the truth. I said, I haven't seen it. And then he went on, in all fairness, later he goes, well, it's satire. I think you'll find that it is. And all of a sudden it got serious. It got like, I was like, okay, well, I'll check it out, bro. Like, okay, cool.
Did you tell him Trey didn't even know what satire means?
I was like, why didn't you just say this to begin with? Why'd you call me a retard? Anyway.
Maybe he thought he was talking to me.
That's what I didn't want to hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
So the other one, this is greatness, because it's kind of butthurt, but it's not, but it's whatever. And what's funny about this is one of the most active posts we've ever had on YouTube. 13,000
wow
views and hundreds of comments and people.
That's more than just family members
yelling.
Right
It's more than our moms. And it was I've been putting some videos about our lovely president. Trey and I have now come out and said we are anti-Joe Biden. So if it ends up being Donald Trump, we may have to roll that way, but we'll see. And these Biden commercials are just fantastic. They're little clips. We've been spreading them around. They go around. They are supposed to be funny. You're supposed to laugh and go, oh, well, I mean, he fell down. He slurred his speech sounds. And most people, in the 90 percentile, like it. And then you get your occasional, like,
Butthurt.
But everybody was so funny about it. I mean, it was like to the point where they're like, oh, we bop it all. I mean, they were like trying to type out what he was saying on the clip.
Like, what?
Yeah. But I mean,
I thought you just stroked out on me for a second.
But that's what made it funny, is that everybody had their own, the captions for what he was saying, and it because it makes no sense, and they're like a shang bang, gang a bang bang pong tong, because I mean that. Like what it sounded like, you know what I mean?
Wow.
And then one part in there, like multiple people said, I swear to God, he said he just took a shit. I didn't go back and listen yet, but I may have to do that. But the butthurt part of it was simple. It was the very few, believe it or not, people, and I'm trying to find it actually now, that said, why don't you do this when Trump does the same thing?
When he strokes out?
It's amazing how you condemn one for this, but excuse the other. And by the way, he's also controlling a stutter. What does that mean?
Controlling a stutter?
I don't.
So is he a natural stutterer?
I don't. I've never heard that before.
I hadn't either.
If that's true, I feel a little bit worse.
How have we not heard that before?
No one. This person's an idiot. But the bottom line is that there's nothing that Trump has done that's even close to some of the things that we posted. And I've always said, if you have something for me, then send it. Let me know. We'll post it. If Trump does something like this, where he literally looks around like, "Where am I supposed to go?" and it's made into a video about a senior citizen center, then let me know. I'll post it if it's funny. I mean, the amount of positive response to that video. No, a lot of it was negative in the sense that I cannot believe this is our country.
Yeah,
this guy. This is an embarrassment, and I happen to agree with those people as well. But that got the most interaction. I mean, I couldn't believe the amount of. I mean, it was just comment after comment after comment.
That was a pretty funny video.
Whatever. And I'm working on some other videos that are really funny. I'll give you a little teaser. There's one that this guy made, and it's Free Fallin' by Tom Petty.
Oh yeah.
It's a remake called Keep Falling, and it's just a bunch of clips of
Him
Joe
falling.
It's fantastic. Stay tuned, people, for that on our social media to be put out soon.
I wonder if his security puts out bets on over-under how many times he'll fall, or if he's going to fall or anything like that.
I wonder if they're just an extra bit close to him. Like, they just like, we better be careful here. He's coming up on some steps.
Do you think at this point they laugh first and then go pick him up? Or do you think they go pick him up and then laugh afterwards?
I think it's probably all in one.
All encompassed in one? Yeah. Laughing as they go pick him up.
Oh, man. Poor Joe. But, I also think Joe's a puppet. We've talked about this. I think he's... Anyway. And you and I have decided... separately. I don't think it's like we've said, what should we do? I think separately. I've never been a Biden fan because he's part of the establishment. When I say that, I mean he's part of. I think he's being controlled. I think he's being used as a puppet, and I think there are a lot of people. And I think people will say I'm conspiracy, whatever. I think Barack Obama is more involved than people think back there. And I just feel like a guy like Trump comes in and he just kind of wants to blow that up. And I like that.
I read something today, and I'm curious how much you believe in this, or if it's just conspiracy. I read something today where Russia and China are both also pushing for Trump to get reelected. And the premise behind it was that it will basically have everybody going haywire once he gets elected, to where it makes us weaker.
Right. But I think they don't want Donald. I think they don't want Donald because Joe Biden and whoever's in there now, I mean, they're basically take advantage of them. They'll bend over the rest of the world. Oh. And I think Donald doesn't put up with shit.
So do you think if Donald goes in there, he would stop what Putin's trying to do as far as expanding Russia?
I think he'd be for it. I think he'd be for stopping it. But I also think that he wouldn't put that over the United States,
right?
Which is, I believe, what's happening now. How about how many $75 to $100 billion going to Ukraine? And then we're sitting here dealing with, should our student debt be? Give me a break. You literally slant. We won't get back into that. But I just feel like Donald he truly is. I know I sound like a Trumper right now, but he truly is kind of an America first guy. He's not going to be bent over business wise. He's not going to be in any bad deals. I've always said that the climate control deal, over in France that they had for a while that he got out of, the Paris Accord was something that everybody said, "Oh, see, he doesn't want to climate change." No, it's because we were getting fucked financially. No one took the time to understand that. And so instead of being a good businessman around the world and not letting people take advantage of us, and they go, "Oh, well, he's friends with Putin. He's friends with Kim Jong-un." No, he's not. It's diplomatic. I'm going to shake your hand. I'm going to shake your hand because guess what? If we don't, we're enemies. Do you want Vladimir Putin at any moment firing something over here?
Well, no.
Do you want Kim Jong-un to decide it's time? And if you don't have somebody in there that can communicate with them in a good way, that may happen. And that's my point. People go, he's friends with them. He's not friends with them. He just knows how to be a businessman. He knows how to communicate with them. Keep your enemies closer.
That's what I was about to ask, kind of that basis, yeah.
And why do people think that it's their agenda? That's what they're told. It's really sad that people are told one thing and then they just kind of run with it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
I
go
like to
off.
get you fired up a little
Man, you knew how to get...
That ate into our Tay Tay Talk.
Yeah, I know. You would. Let's get off of Butthurt Comments because I'm just letting you know that...
You did?
The success of the Joe Biden stumbling and can't even talk videos has been a success.
Yeah. And
we will continue.
The internet wins again.
We will not let you down. So those of you that have liked it and those of you that have been, look, 93%, 96%, that to me, that sounds pretty good.
That's really good.
We have an obligation now to keep those Biden videos going.
Yep.
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on to Tay Tay Talk. Tay Tay, look, Tay Tay's already giggling. I don't know if you can see this. I've turned it so you can see it because the light was whatever. Trey's is...
She's kind of seductive looking.
Yeah, she's looking at you like...
Or she's like, what'd you say?
Let's get it rolling. But my Tay Tay is giggling at everything we say because she thinks I'm so silly. And that's fine, Taylor. Because I think this is silly that every day when I type in Taylor Swift news of the day, there are 6 stories.
Only 6?
Yeah. 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago, 45 minutes ago. I'm going to go ahead and say first off, because we'll connect this to Taylor. Her man, everyone knows Travis Kelce, right? Did you know he doesn't always include Taylor's music on his game day playlist?
Unbelievable.
Can you believe that?
What an asshole.
What a horrible boyfriend.
How are they still together?
I don't understand it. I'm not even...
because he's a man?
I'm a real music lover, and it goes all over the place, especially when it comes to my guy. I'm not even going any further. There's a whole article about how he listens to Outkast and how he does this and that and whatever. However, and then he made it.
Does he listen to old Outkast or newer?
He didn't mention that, but what he did say, which the whole thing just was like, okay. He said, she's not on my game day playlist. She's on my everyday playlist.
Oh, that's dumb.
That's why I'm telling you. That's a full story. By the way, this article would take about 5 minutes to read.
Just on his playlist?
I gave you all you need. Yeah, just on why he doesn't have her on it. All of his game days. Not every. Some game days, he's got her rolling. He's like, I respect her so much, and you don't have to love her music. It's pop. Come on.
Yeah.
God. If I was dating Taylor Swift, I would tell her straight up, look, it's not quite my deal, but you're amazing at what you do.
Right. It doesn't get you amped up for a football game, though.
No, yeah.
Let's be serious.
Come on.
Maybe shake it off.
Yeah, well, besides shake it off. Come on. Come on. All right, let's tie this into Travis Kelce. Okay. Anybody that's out there probably is aware of this. I don't know if you're aware of this or not.
I am.
But
not.
And it happened on this side now, which is humorous to me because it seems to always happen to the people on the right. And I would say that Travis is more on the left. Who cares? Right, left, whatever. The bottom line is that they found tweets of his from 14 years ago
Okay.
He's 34. So what would that make him?
20?
That was fast.
Yeah.
It's very impressive. 20 years old, Travis Kelce was tweeting right when it came out.
So college age, right?
Middle of college. And he made it, and he had a couple of tweets, and obviously some of them, and people were talking about him, and I still haven't seen one that really was that bad. But this one was about Easter, and so everybody just buttholes clenched. I mean, it was like, holy shit! How is Taylor with him?
Right. Oh, okay.
Well, I mean,
this
like,
sounds interesting.
whoa! And it's not though, Trey. Let me tell you what it was. This was 14 years ago.
Got it.
Happy Easter to all! Exclamation! 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 Hashtag! Shout out to Jesus for taking one for the team. Haha. Okay, the ha might have been a little
taking one for the team.
Maybe that. But look. Oh, maybe okay. So maybe this is great because you're laughing. Maybe you disagree with me. I don't think that Jesus hears this and takes that, and so I think that's kind of a fun way of saying thank you, buddy. Like,
let me put another spin on this.
Right.
What if he has a buddy named Jesus?
Well, that's true.
That was hooking up with the ugly girl.
That's true.
And it just happened to be on Easter.
No one thought of that. But seriously though, shout out to Jesus for taking one for the team. Haha. He's 20 years old when he did that. There's nothing bad about what he said.
I don't see why
he took one for the team. That's called a metaphor. Idiots.
It's a joke.
It's not even a joke. It's just he took one for the team. He died for our sins. That's what he's saying. The ha I don't understand. Why are you laughing?
Yeah, I don't
about
get
that?
the ha.
So I get that, but it is made. I mean, it is people are just. He may get booed next year. I mean, this was
over this.
I can't believe you haven't heard. I mean, it's.
I hadn't. This is wild.
I've just got this. That's all I saw. Travis Kelce text, and
so they didn't say what people are specifically upset about. Is just the wording of it.
I tried to find it. I looked in all sorts of.
They're just pissed.
As you know, we look at least one source, and
we call our moms.
I looked at sources, and it's gone viral.
Huh.
This tweet from 14 years ago, and I'm just kind of like. And I was excited. I mean, I was like, oh, fuck, yes, let's get Travis and, maybe Tay Tay will come on the show and tell us about it. But it was such a disappointment. I was just like, okay.
That is a disappointment.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
So anyway, there's our Tay Tay and Travis talk.
I like it.
Tonight it was a combo. Let's get to the elephant in the world. The phrase, of course, Trey, is elephant in the room. You and I were talking about this a little bit earlier, but our lovely President Joe Biden kind of was hit from both sides.
No.
Before,
Naughty.
God, I can't even get through a sentence without you turning it sexual. Joe Biden was...
Did he fall into it? Or?
Both teams. No. The President of the United States came out and said, hey, guess what, everybody? On Sunday, this last Sunday, March 31st, is going to be Trans Visibility Day, right? Everybody knows this. This is like
I didn't know
probably the most. Yes, you did.
No. I just looked it up.
Well, you knew that he said it. You knew. You heard it, right?
Yes. I'm sorry.
Everybody knew that this was said, and everybody knew that there was backlash, and everybody knew that his fans were like, "We get it, let's support for the trans." And people that don't like him were like, "That's how dare you do that on Easter Sunday?" And my comment is simple. Trey, you did the research. Tell me when did this begin? The Trans Visibility Day is every year on March 31st.
Since 2009.
Since 2009. So I would say Barack Obama implemented this.
JFK.
JFK.
A little further back.
59.
So yeah, 2009. So I guess that's Barack.
So that was Barack Obama, and he implemented. That doesn't really matter, but he implemented it, and it's fine, and there's nothing wrong with it, right? March 31st. Okay, great.
Right.
First off, did you know that something like 159 days out of the year is dedicated to LBGQR, whatever, Niner? Plus
159?
150 something.
Out of 365?
Yeah, because some of them are weeks, some of them are months, some of them are this.
Wow.
And it makes you go, if you want to be included, quit isolating yourselves and let's come together. And I've said this about race, I've said this about everything. You cannot continue to isolate. You can continue to be aware, but every day you're pushing it on people and they're going to run. They're going to turn away. Easter, Trey, how do you feel about I've talked, shocking, more than you have. I mean, what do you think? So when he says this, he comes out and says it. I mean, he made it clear that was that. He didn't say anything about Easter. He said it March 31st, Trans Visibility Day. How do you feel when he says that on Easter?
I'm assuming he's going after votes, going after the backing of the transgender folks. That's what I would assume.
Yeah,
he's coming out that late.
Are there that many of them?
That's true too. But it's all about the optics of it these days, isn't it?
You mean just the idea that, okay, he's an inclusive man, he's cares about everybody, that kind of mindset?
Probably.
But that's what, and in all fairness, that's what the left is about. The woke left, the left, everybody, the trans, all the letters, they have taken priority, even though they are, all of them, 6 or 7% of the country, all of them put together. And so my comment is this. When it comes to Trans Visibility Day, if you want people to listen and you want people to learn and you want people to be aware, and it happens to fall on Easter Sunday, which guess what? Has a little more of a history with 68, I think, % of this country, and it's the most the largest religion in the world. You might say, hey, why don't we this year we do it on the 30th?
They could have had Saturday, right?
Would it be that bad if you just switched it one year and said, this year it happens to fall on Easter. We understand how important Easter is to everybody. Because guess what? I will give you one guess on which of these, Easter or Trans Visibility Day, was celebrated more this last Sunday.
Yeah.
On this last Sunday.
I would assume Easter, yeah.
That's probably a good guess.
Because I'm not even that religious, but I still hunted Easter eggs.
Yeah, my boys. I mean, they went to hunt Easter eggs, and they got their baskets, and it's a tradition, and it's something that's important to a lot of people, and it's a pretty intense. I hate the word intense, but it's a pretty important holiday for Christians and for people who aren't even that practicing of the religion. And to come out and say that like that, it was like, no, this will be Trans whatever day. I mean, it's like, look, I just thought it wouldn't have been bad for one day to switch it to where everybody could go, hey, how about Saturday? We listen and we come together about Trans and Visibility Day, and then Sunday we can go do our Easter thing.
So did they not have anything at the White House special for Easter, or did they? This was
no. I think they still did. I think, but that's the point. Yeah, we talked about that. I still haven't heard back from. I heard back from Nikki, but it wasn't about the potatoes. I gave her a hard time.
Well, I also read somewhere, and I don't know if anything came up when you were looking into this, where there was also something like an Easter egg contest for kids or something to that effect, where they would not allow any religious themed Easter eggs to be entered in this contest. I don't know if it was a contest or something that they could provide these eggs for, but it had something to do with they would not allow religious themed eggs.
Where?
It was in that same story.
The White House?
Yeah, it was a story about the whole transgender visibility thing. And we're not allowing any religious themed eggs to be part of some kind of contest or something.
So all of a sudden it's a trans visibility potato hunt.
with no religious eggs.
and I grew up. I grew up religious. I went to private schools and Christian schools, and so I can't sit here and tell you that I'm not. But I'm also not. I could be better about practicing and working on spirituality. But this is fucking stupid. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, I'm not even if I'm not a religious guy. I'm looking at this going, this country was founded on Christianity. It just was. Mm-hmm. And you're trying to take it all away. I mean, this is not the United States. Maybe that's just the best way to end that segment, right? It's just that, right? I feel like the people that want causes listened to should maybe be aware and not piss the people that they want to hear the cause off. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if I came to you and said, I really want you to listen to me talk about this, which I've done every time we talk, but I'm gonna piss you off first. Are you gonna want to listen to me? Absolutely not.
No.
And that's the same thing, and that's the same thing with Colin Kaepernick. I said, dude, it's not about what he's saying; it's about how he's handling it. And that no one's going to listen because he's already got his supporters. Same thing with our famous segues. Same thing with PETA. PETA has their supporters. They're coming to us, and we're talking now because they've already got their people. They don't need to talk to them. They need to talk to people outside of that realm. And I think that's what's going on here. People for Trans Visibility Day, the people that are already supportive of it, they're like, yeah. But that's not who you're after.
Yeah.
You're after people that aren't that group. You want people to hear you. And they're going to turn their head and go, fuck you, if you're going to do it on our holiday.
Yeah.
And you're going to make a big scene about it. And you're going to go to the podium. And anyway.
But in all honesty, do you think the folks that are super religious...
In case you missed that was...
the super religious folks that celebrate their Easter, they're probably not going to be jumping on board for transgender visibility.
You mean if it was like on a Saturday, they're probably not going to be...
No, probably not.
Right, but the point is there might be a few more than already on there.
So he should have came out saying it's Easter. Oh, and by the way, it's also transgender.
If you're going to keep it on the 31st, then sure, be like, let's do them both. Let's bring everybody together.
Rainbow eggs. Let's go crazy.
Let's do it. It wasn't. Sorry, PETA. Right? Eggs. We'll talk about it later whenever we get back to PETA. But I mean that's the point. It wasn't that he came out right away and it wasn't about Easter. It was boom. Make sure that you understand that it's Trans Visibility Day.
Right.
That was my problem. Moving on. Speaking of PETA, the lovely PETA.
Turn the volume up, Nikki,
Ingrid, and whoever else. Like I said, I've told Nikki many times, if somebody else wants to yell at us, come on the show, do it. But I can't even, and I don't want to lose the relationship we have with PETA because it's been a good one and it's been an interesting one, and I think that that's hopefully something that our listeners will enjoy as it goes forward. But man, it's getting harder and harder every story that I read.
I think they're okay with us questioning stuff.
They've made it clear they're okay with it, and the Easter potato thing, okay, fine, guys. You want potatoes and not eggs, whatever.
Potatoes.
There are other options. What about avocados? Like,
I don't like avocados. They can take those.
Well, I know you don't like them, but as far as decorating them and throwing them down a hill,
I don't want a decorated avocado.
Okay, fine. Pick something that you like. You like any fruit? Okay,
banana.
Who cares? Easter banana.
That may work well on Transgender Visibility Day.
But potatoes aren't circular either. I'm talking about something that's like a circle, like an egg that can really roll. Yeah,
like an apple,
like this. Maybe an apple. Easter apples.
Easter apples.
And so
that's dumb.
But anyway, the news story with PETA, Nikki, and Ingrid is about milk. You heard this was the slogan, milk does a body good, and, milk is good for your bones.
Strong
because
bones,
of calcium, and all of that is true. And I researched this on more than one source.
Wow.
To make sure, so I didn't spout off, so that they didn't school me.
Right. You called both of our
when
parents.
I talked to them. Yeah. But there were two things about milk that I read that PETA has said. One of them was brought up recently from the past, and one of them was new. I'll do the new one first. Drinking milk is sexist. Can you figure out why? We'll sit here until you can.
I can't imagine drinking milk from a male cow.
Yeah. What was the guy doing when he was...
That's what I was wondering.
How did the first person that ever figured this out know that it was a female?
And what made him decide to go tell somebody? This is what I was squeezing.
Yeah.
And it tasted good when it came out.
What was he doing?
I did actually look it up, and it was... They think that the milking a cow started about 10,000 years ago when humans began domesticating cattle.
Well, sure. What they're saying.
Okay.
So PETA is saying that drinking milk is sexist because what they do is when they essentially rape the cow to get her pregnant, to get her teat going. I don't know what this is right here that I'm doing. But when she has her calves or calf or whatever, and they take the babies away, feed them separately, and then take her milk.
Oh.
So they're not letting the mama feed her children. So that's sexist.
Interesting. I never thought about that.
I don't know if the word sexist is right there, but I don't know. I'm not for that. Everything I've read, and this is what I'll challenge PETA with, and our friends over there, is everything I've read is that there's plenty of milk to go around. If you know what I'm saying. I mean, like, she can feed her young and still provide a couple of gallons of, Oak Farms or whatever at the store.
Gotcha.
You know, like, I'm not I don't just pound the milk. I put a little in my coffee maybe or whatever people drink in their cereal. But the one thing got me here, and I'm just, Nikki, you're gonna have to do some work on get me back on team PETA here. Milk,
good bread.
Drinking milk represents white supremacy.
What? Is that what PETA said?
Back in 2017, and it just came back, and people are talking about it again.
Wow.
Well, the reason for that...
White supremacy.
The reason for that is because Europeans can digest lactose better than anybody else, apparently.
So it's a white privilege.
That's our fault.
Got it.
So what they're saying is that because of that, when white people drink it, it's almost like saying, ha, we can drink it. Fuck you. You don't get any of this because your body sucks. And that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Is that any milk or just white milk?
Well, chocolate milk. Are you talking about like chocolate milk?
Yeah, can we drink chocolate milk?
I don't think so. I think chocolate milk is just regular milk with some chocolate added into it, Trey.
Oh.
PETA claims drinking dairy milk is bad for human health, but that's, again, it's kind of like the potato versus egg thing. That's just wrong. That's not even true. And this has been proven by study after study after study. I'm not going to bore everybody, but I've got all the ingredients and statistics and all that. Cow's milk, when you try and replace it with oat milk or coconut milk or almond milk or all these things, it doesn't have the vitamins and the calcium that cow's milk does. It's kind of like when you're a human baby and you're drinking your mother's milk. There's more in that breast milk than there is in anything else. Does that mean that we should be drinking cow's milk? So my argument on PETA's behalf would be like, all right, cool. You shouldn't drink that because that's for the baby cows. That's for her offspring.
Right.
This isn't for us. Fine. But to call it white supremacy, so it's Hitler like with his milk. Come on.
Milk mustache.
Milk mustache right on there. He's like, sorry. I mean, come on. And so the white supremacy thing got me, and even the sexist thing got me. If you want to talk about the fact that if you really believe and you've done your research that there is no more milk available
Pointing at the teeth.
for anybody else besides the cow's offspring, then let's talk. But I've researched that there is plenty of milk for the offspring and to bottle up, and that it is good for humans, and that, I mean, like I said, calcium, vitamin D, all these things that people say, 500 studies, it's got, different, I mean, it's just, you go on and on and on. And PETA, for some reason, wants to argue it. And I respect you, PETA, as we all know. Trey and I are trying. I feel like PETA was brought into our lives to test out the name of our podcast.
Yeah.
Trey and I agreed when we started this thing that we wanted to be a neutral show. We want to listen to every side, everybody. And I think PETA is testing this big time, because I'm sitting here going, are you kidding me? But I still want to listen to them.
Right.
Like, I want to hear what they have to say. I want to hear, Nikki, when you hear this, I want to know, I mean, am I a white supremacist if I go in and have a glass of glass of milk before bed? Like,
not if it's chocolate milk. I'm still trying to figure out how the fuck they milk an almond. How that?
It's
how
difficult.
That happen?
It takes a while. You shave it down with the pencil sharpener.
Huh?
You didn't know that?
No. Just like watching you do that.
That's how they shave the almond. That's almond milk. Coconut milk, same thing. They just, I think they
squeeze the coconut.
Twist it.
They twist the coconut. Twisting.
And oat milk, I don't know, but guess what? It's good in a latte.
Oats are really small too.
Yeah. So PETA, let us know. I mean, come on.
So what's the preferred milk of PETA? You think? You think it's an almond?
It's one of the non-dairy. Non-animal, non-whatever.
So any of the almonds,
no
the
goat,
oats.
no whatever. Any of the almonds, the oats, the whatever. But just no goat, no whatever. No cow. Nothing with an animal. We know this.
There's a goat milk?
There's a goat milk, yeah. Yeah.
Is there a horse milk?
I don't think so.
You know what the
bull... I dare you to go try and milk a horse.
You know what the bull milk
is? For the
is?
show.
That's heavy creamery.
Do you have some bull milk at home that you use for coffee in the morning?
Maybe. I won't tell you how I got it, though.
I think that would be a great story for the show. We'll leave people hanging on the edge of their seats.
Yeah, boy.
Trey will tell the story about why he has a bull milk creamer in his refrigerator at home. All right. PETA, Nikki, get back to us.
Yes, please.
Okay. Now, I got to mention this, and I don't know. You know, you looked at some stuff, and you saw a couple things that we need to be aware of if we're going to talk about this. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, there's more of this bullshit during the national anthem and during the women's college basketball playoffs. I think it was the Final Four, wasn't it? The final
Elite Eight.
It was Elite Eight. Okay.
Elite Eight, yep.
And it was the big matchup because the defending champion LSU played against Iowa, who has arguably the best player in the country, who's going to be like the best WNBA. The WNBA still exists. She's going to be the best WNBA player that there is. I mean, she's really good. And they were lined up after warm-ups for this game, big game. And Iowa was standing there with this one girl, Trey. I'm sorry, what's her name again? Do you have her name?
Caitlyn Jenner? I got you, though.
You did get me.
Caitlyn something.
Caitlyn, I should have had it. But Caitlin Clark.
There we go.
She's known as probably the best player in women's college basketball. And she plays for Iowa. And they were playing LSU. So they're all lined up, and after warm-ups, LSU left the floor, and when the national anthem began, there was nobody on the LSU sideline. They did not come out for the anthem. Iowa Hawkeye team was standing there holding hands during the anthem. Immediately, your initial reaction as an American, I imagine, is to be kind of like, what the fuck? What do you think just hearing that? But you've looked a little more into it. There's more to it. Do you think, or do you buy it?
Well, for whatever reason, the story says that 3 other teams that played. So there was Elite 8. So that's 16 teams, right? Or no?
I think that's 8 teams.
8 teams. I'm retarded.
Hold on.
Shut up. We'll move on.
That may have been the funniest thing on the show ever.
For whatever reason, I was thinking 8 games. So I was thinking 16. Yeah. Anyway.
I know what you're thinking, but you still said it.
So, which is weird. The story says that there was 3 other teams playing that night that didn't. Shut up.
The Sweet 16, 32 teams.
Holy shit.
Is the final? How many teams are in the final 4?
Fuck you.
Go ahead.
So there was 3 other teams in this Elite 8 that supposedly didn't come out or that were not on the court for the national anthem, but LSU is the one that's. But
they didn't say which ones.
But I keep looking and I haven't found the other 2, I should say. But anyway, what the coach is saying is they have a routine, and I guess they left the court at this 12-minute mark. Didn't realize the national anthem was about to come on, and that's what they're claiming.
And by the way, the coach Kim Mulkey, we've talked about her before as being why she isn't paid more. She got a huge contract, but versus the men. Do you remember we talked about her up against Calipari for Kentucky?
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, Calipari went out in the first round, but whatever.
But I guess what do they call them? The athletic supporters? No, athletic director, athletic president.
Well, those are 3 different positions.
So somebody named Landry is already calling to pull scholarships from these players. Okay. And so...
The athletic director, probably.
So I'm hoping...
Or the president.
There we go. Athletic director. That sounds pretty good. AD.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping this was a simple...
But that's the question. Do you believe Mulkey?
I haven't seen a story yet of any of the players saying anything.
Well,
so
I guarantee you they were told to shut quiet.
Fuck up. Yeah.
I don't know what I believe because I don't know Mulkey very well, and I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised though if they all kind of said, "Let's stir the pot." What I love is that either way they got beat. They got pumped.
Yeah.
Like Iowa controlled that game. And not because of this. I just don't like LSU, as we all know. Mm-hmm. And I don't think you do either.
I couldn't care either.
Well, coming into the SEC, you're not going to like them. Trust me.
I've got plenty of other teams I don't like.
Well, we all have teams we don't like, but LSU is one of mine.
Okay.
So I was excited they lost, but this just seemed odd. So let's keep an eye on it. I'm not going to sit here and yell at them yet. But it is odd that they claim 3 other teams didn't do it either.
And I haven't found the names of the 3 other teams.
It makes me believe that if it's not in the headline, that they're kind of like, all right, maybe both teams agreed. We'll wait to come out or something like that. Or maybe it's just the fact that it's the defending champions and it's Mulkey and they're high profile. And it's against Caitlin, whatever her name was, Caitlin Clark. And she's a badass, and she dominated. So I don't know. I just thought I'd bring that up.
Quick side note. I thought you might think this was interesting. I've seen a little story talking about why couldn't Caitlin play in the NBA.
I saw that. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. By the way, I'm going to promote this because I think it needs it real fast. Whoever came up with
You're excited about this.
Whoever came up with this wine, I'm drinking wine tonight.
Is it that good?
Well, it's called Rough Day Chardonnay, and there's a fucking dog on it. And I just
with a coloring book.
But I saw it in the store, and I was like,
It spoke to you?
It was like reached out to me, and I'm like, that's marketing right there.
Yeah.
So if you heard me pour that, I just wanted to give Rough Day a promo.
There you go.
Maybe we can team up with Rough Day.
Rough Day.
Chardonnay.
Chardonnay. I'll have to try
You
it.
see what they did there? They rhymed.
They did there.
I mean, would they rhyme like?
So no on the Caitlin Clark to
anyway,
the NBA.
No.
I think she's barely
Come
6
on.
foot.
Come on.
She can shoot the ball, but there's no way she can play defense against these guys.
I don't mean to laugh.
I mean, most of these quote unquote small guards are what 6'3", 6'4".
I don't mean to laugh. I mean, wasn't Spud Webb still 5'11", like right at her height? I
think he was a little bit short. Well, Muggsy Bogues,
he was 5'5",
I think.
Yeah. Either way, he could block her. And I don't mean to be mean. We've talked about this before. There's nothing wrong with acknowledging men and women and the physical attributes that they have. And to play in the NBA, do it. I want the point proven. Take your best player that you've got. You could have taken, what's her name? Candace Parker, wasn't she one of the top?
At some point, yeah.
At some point, a couple of names I remember, and let him play in an NBA game. Let him play.
Yeah.
I'm all in support of letting it happen. I just don't. When it does happen, we're gonna laugh because I guarantee you it's not going to go well, and it's just not. I mean, come on. So that's that. Let's wait for more LSU. I just wanted to throw that at you and see what you thought. Kim Mulkey sang. It was
accident.
Accident. They didn't mean to do it. A lot of other people are saying bullshit. Fuck LSU. We're glad they lost.
Real quick, does Mulkey have a history of this?
No, I haven't at all. But what is interesting is that speaking of, I'm gonna write it down. What's her name? The Iowa girl,
Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark. Real quick, Jemele Hill. Remember I talked about that?
Yes, Sports Center.
She works for ESPN.
ESPN, yes.
And I don't like her because
we don't like her.
You don't
like her. I don't really know who she is.
In my opinion, she race baits.
She what?
She race baits, meaning she's looking for
Where do all these words come from?
She's looking for any opportunity to play the race card.
Okay.
She's looking to say white advantage.
Thank you for dumbing that down.
Yeah. And you know, I saw you looking at our Instagram story, Jemele, whatever your name is. And I'm going to tell you straight up, the reason I don't like you is because of something like this. You literally think, she said, I think Caitlin Clark gets preferential treatment from the referees because she's white.
Really? I haven't seen enough games to.
Right, and in all fairness, neither have I. But come on, do you really believe the referees are like, oh, we got a white girl here? Let's she'll get away with some extra calls.
Right.
It's an opportunity. This is what this person does, and I don't know why ESPN continues to employ her, unless they like this. Because guess what? We're talking about it.
Yeah. So and I'm curious if they've got video of games and all that.
Maybe I proved my.
Does anybody really watch women's basketball enough to notice that?
No. All four people were like, Jemele, we're not sure we agree with you.
Yeah.
But the point is that she's looking for the opportunity, and this isn't the only thing. She does it for everything, and I couldn't believe it because it's like finally there's this one woman that has come out. People are talking about playing the NBA. You just brought it up. That's great. And then Jemele Hill has to come out and be like, oh, she's white, privilege. It's just, come on. There are allowed to be good white basketball players. I know it. I know it's hard to believe.
It's very rare.
I know it, Trey.
Unless they're coming from Europe.
Trey and I have admitted it. Yeah, there's a few that come from Europe. It's still, the percentages aren't high.
Yeah.
Moving on. This is really fast because we're a little behind on what I wanted. In New Zealand.
Okay.
2 guys.
How you spell that?
In New Zealand. I think you've been there, haven't you?
I have not.
Oh, I thought you went to Australia.
Yeah, down under.
Okay. So in New Zealand, there's a manhunt. To me, that sounds serious. There's a manhunt.
Manhunt does sound serious, yes.
Not in a manhunt like in Trey's nighttime.
Friday nights.
Yeah, Friday nights. Manhunt is in the authorities are after you 2 guys apparently for Pride Month they had done one of the crosswalks rainbow colored.
Okay.
So 2 guys in the middle of the night just painted it white, just over the rainbows. Okay, funny, unnecessary. You didn't need to do that.
Manhunt, though?
But manhunt.
That's fucking crazy.
They are after them. They're saying they will not stop until they find these 2. And
They're painting everything white.
Am I wrong for thinking this is a little overboard?
Were they drinking white milk too?
They're drinking milk. They were painting over the rainbow walkway, and now they're after. They're being
a manhunt.
I read this.
That's funny.
I mean, seriously, manhunt. They're like the authorities. They think they might have the suspect. It's just like this whole thing for painting the damn thing.
So
and there's a video of it, and there are cars going by, and they're like, "Way to go!" Like, thumbs up. They're high fiving them.
Can you imagine a judge getting this in front of him?
Yeah.
You're here for what?
So you painted the street white. I mean, it sounds like some sort of. It sounds less than graffiti.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like
manhunt.
You're just redoing the walkway, and the reason you redid it was probably it probably wasn't very nice.
Right. So they saying it's a hate crime? Well, I guess it's not really a crime.
That's not. But that's the point. It's a manhunt. You're manhunting people for painting.
Come on, New Zealand.
It's because there's nothing else there. There are 12 people that are there, and 2 of them now are on the run.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, so I wanted to throw that at you real fast and see. Do you believe that these people should be people come down hard on these 2, or do you think they should just give them a slap on the wrist?
Yeah, definitely a slap. I'd make them paint the rainbow back on there and then move on.
Simple, right?
Yeah.
But a manhunt? What are they going to shoot him down? Yeah. See him? Look, they're running fire. Anyway, yeah. The last thing we're going to do tonight is we're already over time, but we have to do it because we just have to do it. Guess what? Trending topics.
Dun, dun, dun.
You guys love it. Trey and I love it because we get to explain to you how much we know. We talk about our knowledge. And we don't even have to look it up.
At all.
Trending in weather is a tsunami and earthquake together.
Oh, I think that was actually just popped up in Taiwan, I think.
Did it really?
7.4 magnitude.
See, I can't
somewhere.
tell. I think you might be. Are you serious? Okay.
Yes. I don't know if it was Taiwan. I want to say.
We're not clicking on it. We don't. Ladies and gentlemen, we know all this. You don't need to worry about clicking.
We got it.
Don't research. You don't need Google.
7.4 magnitude. I think it was in Taiwan.
7.4 in Taiwan. Our hearts, our thoughts and prayers are to the Taiwanese people.
Taiwanese.
But there's an earthquake. Do they have earthquakes there?
I guess so.
I don't think so. But anyway.
No?
Guess what? The beautiful and lovely Melania Trump is trending again in politics.
I think it has to do with Tiffany Trump's inappropriate outfit choices lately. And yeah, she was coming out.
Who's Tiffany?
Tiffany Trump?
Is that the daughter? One of the other daughters?
I don't know.
Oh, she must be a cousin.
I mean, apparently she's been wearing some inappropriate outfits. Melania is saying that used to belong to her. Why she's still in her clothes.
So people are interested in this in this story. Trending in sports. I'm not kidding you. Hashtag Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. It's got to be your Pittsburgh
It's
Pirates.
got to be the Pirates.
Yeah?
We're not talking sports, but people imagine following and being so close to something for so many years and being let down constantly by them. Not even sports. Imagine just a family member or somebody that's just every year you're like, I think this year is their year. They're going to be successful. And then they're just not. That is my relationship with the Pittsburgh Pirates, everybody. Anybody that follows baseball knows what I'm talking about.
So let me ask you this.
Hold on. Go ahead. Ask me this.
If you didn't know about them being undefeated right now, what's automatically going to think you're assuming when they say Pittsburgh?
I don't know. I mean, the Penguins are still playing the hockey team. Other than that,
I would automatically assume football.
Steelers may be getting somebody. I don't know. But right now, the Pirates
Must be the Pirates.
are 5-0, all road games, the highest runs in the league. Don't worry, Trey.
I heard some young kid on there. There was a caller talking about he's the next coming of Roberto Clemente. And they're like, really?
There's a couple guys on there that every year. But this is, and I'm going to, look, let me be excited for the next 3 weeks because after that, it's all going to go downhill.
Trade players.
This is what we do. We get excited and then we get our hearts broken. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. But as of now, this is the best start since 1983.
That's impressive.
5-0 on the road. So we'll see. But that must be what that is. Trending in political, John Eastman. Do you know who John Eastman is?
John Eastman used to be a roommate of Mr. Jared Fogle in prison.
Oh.
So, yeah, I think he's coming out with a tell-all book about all the things he's done that Jared Fogle did.
Well, good. I think it needed to be done, right?
So, yeah, I think Jared's trying to sue him for the rights because he didn't feel like he should be making the money off his stories. But
right.
Yeah.
Well, either way, look out for John Eastman's new book in stores probably
next year, I would say.
I'd say summer of 25, right?
Yeah, we'll say that.
Yeah. Well, good luck with your book, John. Trending in political figures is prayers.
Prayers?
This has got to be more of this whole Easter, I mean, it's just like...
I think there's a lot of people like Suge Knight. Do you know who Suge Knight is? No. He's a rap mogul that's in prison who's sending out prayers to P. Diddy after all the raids on his house and stuff like that. So I think it's prayers from P. Diddy. And I guess it's political because he's running for office within the prison walls himself. So
that's what it must be.
Political.
Okay. Trending in sports, Bregman.
Bregman?
Who is that?
That's the third baseman for the Astros.
You actually know this?
Yeah, I would love to make fun of that guy.
Why is he trending?
I don't know. I don't understand why he would be trending. I don't think he's done anything recently.
Maybe tonight.
Maybe he had something. Yeah, maybe he had a good night.
Yeah. I didn't know he was on the Astros. Trending in politics, House Republicans.
House Republicans.
Yeah.
I think that was the group that they found in. There was like a little man cave down in Diddy's house, like in the basement area. And I think that was the nickname he had for them as he had them chained up and bare-assed.
All the House Republicans were in P. Diddy's basement chained up.
Embarrassed, yes.
Embarrassed.
Yeah.
Well, that's important.
Yeah.
That must be what's trending. God, that was great.
Crazy stuff.
It is crazy because P. Diddy must not agree with what the House Republicans are trying to push.
Yeah.
And you know what, P. Diddy, we may have some issues. I thought you and Daddy Trump
we're tight.
We're going to be getting along here. Trending, Texas State. That does not bode well for me.
Texas
because
State.
I believe that they're playing my Aggies in baseball tonight. So I'm hoping that they didn't upset them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he got really excited. Trending in entertainment, Sam Rammel. Sammy Swanson. It's Sam Raimi. Raimi. Sam Raimi in entertainment. Who is that guy?
That was a singer back in the 80s.
Oh.
That has recently...
Didn't he do Africa? Song Africa?
Yeah. He's come out... Apparently he destroyed his career, and there were stories about how he destroyed his career over the years as far as, trying to go country as opposed to staying in rap, and then trying the R&B, and that didn't work. And then he went to drugs and alcohol and all kinds of stuff like that. So, yeah.
Well, I wish Sam the best and hope he...
It was bad.
Yeah. Trending, the Masters.
The Masters.
Coming up.
That's probably the group of men that...
We know what the Masters is, but go ahead. What's your version of the Masters?
That's probably the ones that was keeping the House Republicans in the basement.
Yeah.
They were called the Masters.
Right.
And that's the ones that were spanking the shit out of them.
And that process is what they named the golf tournament after.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Dave.
Because it's a fairly new golf tournament. So
it's only,
Yeah.
It's like 5 years old.
Yeah.
There's no tradition.
At all.
No, in reality, the Masters coming up. I always look forward to that.
Don't they have the really cheap food and stuff like that?
Yeah,
Is
I'm
that
sure.
is that the one that has the really inexpensive food items
Yeah, it's
that
like
they're always bragging about?
It's like $35 hot dog. Yeah, it's
So no.
cheap. Speaking of the food industry, here you might be interested.
Yeah.
Trending is In-N-Out.
In-N-Out.
Are you a fan?
No.
I've never. I don't think I've been there. It came from California, so I said,
So I'll tell you what.
suck it.
I did have In-N-Out in California. Loved it. Once it got here, for whatever reason, didn't like it.
Well, there are so many options here, I think, right? That I think are better. Because what is it about In-N-Out? They're just burgers and fries, right?
Right.
I mean, first off, we have Whataburger here. No one's going to beat
Whataburger,
that.
yep.
You know, even something like a Sonic or Jack in the Box, or the menu is more extensive, and you got In-N-Out that comes here, and it's like, what's so special?
I don't get it.
I didn't get it. It's not bad. It tastes good.
It's all right.
If someone delivered it to us right now, I would eat it.
It's not worth waiting in line.
But it's not worth this hype.
Right.
And it's California bullshit. Trending in political figures, Gorsuch. I don't know. I need to get back into my politics. Gorsuch. Gorsuch.
I just want to hear you say the name one more time.
I'm just going to say it for 5 minutes. Gorsuch.
I don't know what to say about Gorsuch.
Okay. You know what? This is the one time Trey and I will admit that we aren't familiar with this topic.
Yeah.
We might need to research this. Everything else that we've ever said to you has been completely accurate.
Maybe he's going to be the villain in the new Rocky movie. I don't know.
He might. How old would Rocky be? Walker.
70. He's going to fight Gorsuch in the main event.
How about this?
Hit me.
My man Trey. It has just popped up trending Taiwan
Oh.
for earthquake and tsunami.
Did I say Taiwan?
You did.
Sweet. I thought I saw something pop up.
Obviously, ladies and gentlemen, we told you that we give you facts here. Trey threw it right at you, and everybody, including myself, probably
Thought I was fucking
doubted
with you.
him
Yeah.
and thought he was full of shit. And it was probably some
I was not.
Taiwan. It's impressive, Trey. Politics. Trump is not fit to be president. Well, we we don't agree with that just on the basis of the other person as of now. He is more fit to be president than the other person who can't stand
If the
up.
other person is fit to be president, I think any damn body's fit to be president.
Yeah. Trending the Penguins. Okay. So that's maybe we won tonight. The Pittsburgh
Oh, the
Penguins.
Pittsburgh thing again. Yeah.
Unless
If you hit another Pittsburgh thing, we're done for the night.
unless it's penguins at the zoo, which it could be.
Yeah.
Political condolences. What would that be? Anyway,
Somebody died. Oh, here it is. Biden.
dude, you did that, didn't you? You
Apparently
just
a
did
pudding overdose.
that. I can't believe you just did that.
He was face down in a vat of pudding.
Trending Japan.
Isn't that where Taiwan is?
No,
No.
not even
Not even
a little
close.
bit. Well, kind of. I mean, they're
Ish.
both in the ocean. The largest ocean
Both
in the
in
world.
the ocean. That narrowed it down.
Off of land. Taiwan is off of China.
Okay.
And Japan is just a little further north.
Of China?
Yes, and in North
Japan.
Korea and all that.
Okay.
The last one, Biden's border bloodbath.
Biden's border bloodbath. I think that is the new name of the Clint Eastwood movie that's supposed to be coming out this summer. And I think he's going to go back to his Western roots a little bit. And he's supposed to go after old people for whatever reason and kill
Just
them
old
all.
people.
Yeah. Clint Eastwood's trying to catch the person that's killing all these old people.
Oh, that makes sense.
So yeah, the Biden bloodbath.
Yeah, the border bloodbath.
Biden
So he's
bloodbath.
killing old people at the border.
At the border, yeah.
which
It's weird. Is that like the state border?
Yeah, I feel like our movie plots are diminishing in the last few years.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Clint Eastwood, come on. He's what, 80, 90? So.
He still looks the same, doesn't he?
Does he? His son's pretty good looking.
Whoa.
Hello.
Top 5 for you? We're
He might be 6.
you added Beckham, fucking Rock. David Statham, or no,
Jason
Statham.
Fuck up my list.
I'm sorry. And then
Ryan Reynolds is probably in the top 5.
Oh.
I like me some Ryan Reynolds.
I hope people hung with us till the end now because this is worth it. You got 5. Ryan Reynolds, The Rock. Who do we just say? Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood's son.
His son.
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood.
I have my standards.
All right.
He's a good looking fellow.
We're gonna have a top 20 for you by the next show for Trey. It's man crush.
Man crush.
I have like 2 guys. Trey's just like firing them off.
In this movie, Ryan Reynolds in The Blade. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, okay.
He was strapped down.
Take it
He
easy.
was rather muscular.
Okay.
And then what's the guy from Hangover?
Bradley Cooper.
Well,
that's my number 2.
From the A-Team. Did you see that?
No, I was more of a Bradley Cooper hangover.
Oh, go watch the A-Team, Bradley Cooper. My God.
I'm scared to now.
That could be a top 10 moment for me.
God.
That's a good looking man.
On that note, we're all done.
Are we?
Those are all the
You want to go through my list?
Thank God. No, you know what? I would stay on for another minute if you have more that you'd like to add.
Maybe I will put together a list for the next show. We'll see how that works out.
We should do that. I want to have you. We'll put together a list, but I also want to have like a female in here who has.
See if she agrees.
See if she agrees, but then also have her list of women.
Oh,
see if we agree, because that's hot. When women are like, "Well, this would be my girl crush," I'm like,
I'm
hell
curious.
yeah.
Have you noticed if your wife has good taste in when she says women are attractive? Does she have fairly good taste with that?
Yeah, it's not bad. It's pretty good. She knows. It's funny because she knows who I like now.
Okay.
She knows my taste. She'll be like, "Quit looking," and I'm like, "What do you mean?" Or watch a show or something, and she's like, "Well, this will be your favorite."
Okay.
But we agree. I mean, when she says somebody looks pretty, I mean,
it's spot
she
on.
looks good.
Yeah.
Not spot on. There are ones where she's like, I think she's beautiful. I'm like, but I think that's okay.
Okay. I'm just curious about that.
To each his own.
Yeah. I always feel like an asshole when she points somebody out, and I'm like, no.
No. And I think that women a lot of times point out other women that have. I should probably just end the show.
A good personality.
That have something about them that isn't perfect, and so they say she's still beautiful
on the inside.
But they leave it to us. They leave it to us. Inside. It's not like I walk down the street and my wife goes, "Hey, she's really hot," and I'm like, "Yeah, but she's got this weird thing on her face."
It's called a nose.
That nose. And I think my wife knows I'm not going to do that. And so it's kind of like a test, but it's not. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
That's all that's trending. Good luck, everybody in Taiwan. And we'll be thinking of you. And we'll see everybody next time.
Later.
Love you.
Here, just the facts and the fair. We look at both sides, do our best to compare. In this podcast realm where we compromise, balance is key and the facts don't lie. Stay in the grave where perspectives intertwine. We seek the truth in the gray we define. In this podcast journey, minds open wide. Shades the truth on this impartial ride.
Come on, so you can't see Puff Daddy with a group of white men down in a basement, calling them the House of Republicans, or what'd you call it? The House of Republicans?
I can absolutely see that happen.
Okay. I'm just curious. With little assless chaps running around.
No. Your reporting is accurate. I didn't doubt your reporting at all.
Don't doubt me. God damn it.
Anybody that thinks Trey is wrong, we need to save the House.
Just ask Taiwan. Yeah.
I mean, that's why they raided his homes to rescue these people.
Exactly.
Yeah, ask Taiwan.
Ask Taiwan.
How accurate Trey is.
Thank you.
Good luck with that tsunami, by the way.